Hello again. For those who just joined us, my name is Hernan Armbruster. I'm the Senior Vice President for the Americas region. And now I have the great opportunity to be with Diane Brown, a successful CISO at Ulta Beauty. Hello, Diane. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so very much for having me on the stage with you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Diane, I would like to start asking you to share with us, well, first, a little bit more about you, your organization, and specifically some of the challenges that you are facing in your role as the CISO of one of the largest retailers in the United States.
So I've been with, I just had my 13-year anniversary with Ulta Beauty in April, and it was really exciting. It's just amazing to see the growth this company has had since I joined. When I first joined, there was about 250 stores, and now we're close to 1,300 stores in all 50 states. So from that perspective, it's really been an interesting journey for me. And today I have the honor and the privilege to lead the IT risk management team at Ulta Beauty. And this group of people that I have, I call them all my rock stars because they just work so hard and they're so passionate about what they do. And we cover everything from cybersecurity, identity access management, vulnerability management, compliance for SOX, PCI, and all the wonderful state privacy regulations. Also, data protection and data privacy, application security, and the newest one on our plate is the cloud.
Oh, wow.
So we just do a couple of things every day. And one of the challenges that we have today is, we're striving for our team to become more of a business enabler instead of a blocker to the digital transformation. But we're doing that, but we still have the responsibility to ensure that we're protecting our data and our systems. And I'm trying to get everyone on the team to understand that we can't always be a group that says no, because then people don't want to come and talk to you. And getting people to change that mindset has been one of the challenges as a CISO that I've faced, trying to get my team to say, well, maybe let's think about it this way. And getting that mindset change has really been interesting for us. And also the cloud. As we're all moving to the cloud as security professionals, we know that it's really nice to say you're going to the cloud, and depending upon what type of cloud you're going to. But as you go into that public cloud sector, if you don't have people already on your team that have a good understanding of what the cloud is, it's really a daunting experience for them to try to figure it out, because they're used to working in a certain manner, because that's how technology has been for decades. You have your on-premise systems and you have control, you can touch them, you can feel them. And now with the cloud, it's trying to get yourself up to speed on that quickly, because as you know, the business is moving very quickly and people are moving very quickly to the cloud, and also trying to find ways to take on that extra workload, because the cloud isn't the same as on-premise systems, because the tools don't all work the same, and it's learning the new tools and trying to find people that will step up and take that responsibility. Because you have people who are already have full plates, and you say, here's this cloud thing, and you're just going to love it. And so it's been a great journey for us. We have some fantastic people on our team now that have embraced it. They've gotten their certifications. But I think that's one of the biggest things is, how do you continue to get people, empower your people to move forward, take on these challenges without, worrying about them leaving because they see it as just more and more every day.
Yeah. And you talked about moving the business, right? Moving the business fast. So next question that I have for you is about digital transformation that had a significant, I would say, acceleration over the past year, right? So what specifically digital transformation means to you and to your business?
That's very interesting, because we're actually working on our vision statement for our IT department right now. And one of the questions that came to us is, what does digital transformation really mean? And it's interesting what it means to different people. And from our perspective, it's being that business enabler in order to bring new experiences to our guests and our associates. And that's kind of where we're trying to make sure that we're focusing on. And one of the big ones that we're working on today is transforming our website. And right now they're looking to do that via more of the microservices, which is one of those new technologies we're talking about with containers and Kubernetes containers and all these different things. And we're doing this in an effort to underscores our commitment to being an industry leader and bringing powerful purpose innovation to meet our guests' needs and wants. And that's how the business sees it. And so from our perspective is how do we then, as their security partner, help them get there? And the good thing about cloud is the ability to spin up projects very quickly. The bad thing about cloud is the ability to spin up projects very quickly. And our biggest challenge when it comes to the cloud has come around the access management and securing the network side of it. Is the cloud environments are not, like I said, once again, going back to your data centers that you have that traditionally people are used to. The cloud isn't like that. And for us, it's learning what is involved in this and what does identity management mean now in the cloud before you just simply added a user to a local administrator group to give them the permissions they need. But it's much more complicated than it can be there. And trying to get up to speed as quickly as projects are spinning up can be really frustrating for your teams, and trying to, be empathetic to them and understanding that where they're coming from, but still ultimately you're trying to meet, your business's needs to, do it quickly has always been very interesting for us. And like I said, the other thing is that I learned, we started our journey about 3 years ago, is the fact that there really weren't a lot of cloud security experts 3 years ago. And so you were kind of on your own, and that was probably the biggest challenge. And, to actually get people going and get this all moving. And, fortunately, over the past 3 years, that has grown so much. So that's the one thing I would tell people. If you're going down this journey and you're new on this journey, reach out to people and get your team some help if you don't have those cloud experts on staff, because that is going to make your journey so much more successful. And also, like I said, make you that business enabler instead of the team that always says no.
Yes, yeah. Diane, earlier today, we discussed about risk and compliance. I believe that this is a very relevant topic considering your industry, right? So I don't know, what are the key initiatives or projects around risk and compliance for you?
Probably the biggest one for us right now is, last year with the California Consumer Privacy Act, from a regulation perspective, a new one. We are a publicly traded company that takes credit cards, so therefore SOX and PCI compliance has been, in our landscape for a very long time. One of the reasons that that's not key for me right now as far as PCI goes is, if you remember back, many years ago here, it seems like just yesterday, where all the retailers were having their data breaches around the holidays, we had actually implemented tokenization right before that all happened. And from a CISO perspective, I just breathed a sigh of relief every time one of those things hit the news, because if in our position, when that happens, your senior executives reach out to you, your board reaches out to you, and they're like, well, what about us? What about us? And being able to sit there and say, hey, we tokenized our credit cards, we are solid, we don't have to worry about it. That really helped from a PCI regulations perspective, and not having that worry. But the next thing that comes along, there's always something new coming along. And for us, it was California Consumer Privacy Act. And like I said, we are not an international company. And therefore, when GDPR hit, we didn't have to go and, meet those obligations of GDPR, but not long after that, the CCPA hit, and we had to pivot really quickly, get the teams together, and come, and drive that to conclusion. And it was a very interesting experience. So as a leader of the IT risk management organization, I think one of the great benefits that came from that is that you have to do a full data discovery of your environment. And they always say you can't protect what you don't know is there. And it was so insightful for us to find out how our business is actually using the data. Because in IT, we always have one perspective. We think, okay, it just sits there, they run a couple reports, and we're good. And then you find out, they share it with this, they share it with, this partner and this vendor, and how they're doing it. And it opens your eyes to say, wow, it's just interesting, we learned so much about our business in a very short period of time. And to me, that was, worth its weight in gold from a learnings perspective. And it was for us, it was a blessing in disguise because of that. But now we have a rock solid solution in place. And as I think Virginia is actually spinning up the laws this year, and I know Hawaii is not very far behind them. So for us, having a solution in place is just, and once again, that was a digital transformation for us. We went from having to figure out how are we going to do this with technology, because it's too manually intensive to try to do it any other way. And it was actually a good experience, and we learned a lot. We gained a lot of business partners along the way, and that is, I think, what the key focus right now is, all around the data protection and data privacy.
This has been fantastic, all your sharing. Thank you so much. On behalf of the Big Tree Micro family, we thank you so much for taking the time, sharing your knowledge, your experience with so many colleagues in this important event for us. So thank you very much, Diane.
Hernan, it was my pleasure. I am very passionate about this topic, as you can tell, and it's due to the fact that like I said, we have so many rock stars on our team, and it's just so great that people are so passionate about their jobs and what they're doing. And without that passion, it would make my job as a CISO much harder. And I really think, kudos to everyone on my team for all the hard work they put into it and making my life much easier. And I saw in our digital transformation journey also, I mean, they're helping us down that journey. And without them, we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Congratulations for that. Now, let me check with my co-host, Leah, if we have any question from the audience. So back to you, Leah.